Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to some more Elite Dangerous. I say some more, it's been actually like probably more than 2 months since the last Elite Dangerous video. Sounds about right, I think, something like that, maybe even more. I don't exactly remember when was the last time I recorded this, but it's not exactly a game that, you know, well, it depends on the person, I suppose, but it's not exactly a game that I play every day in and out, you know, and then something that I keep coming back to because there's, I don't know, quests to complete or whatever. It's a sort of, you know, game that sort of is great if you're in the mood for some. I don't even say not that exciting because there's certainly very exciting stuff in the game. But if you're in the mood for some sci-fi, semi-realistic space exploration, you know, and not just space exploration. There's lots of stuff you can do, and I've showcased videos of that. But yeah, it's not a game that I play all that often. I just, you know, when the mood hits me, I jump on and do various things here and then leave again. I did buy a Python today though, so I'm gonna outfit it probably by the end of this run and or by the end of this session, and maybe do a couple of videos on that. But today's topic and today's video is about black holes, and if you're just here to see what a black hole looks like in Elite Dangerous, I'll probably put like a video time thing down in the comments below, so you can click that and just go over there. But we're going to one of the blue holes. Blue holes? What the hell is a blue hole? No, black. The screen's blue currently. I guess that's why I said it. We're going to one of those black holes right now, and we're gonna, you know, get the entire experience from journey to actually seeing it. But I'm gonna hold a bit of a not really a lesson, but, you know, a bit of a semi-introduction, science-y monologue, I suppose, to what black holes actually are. And yeah, this one actually, I'm going to show you on the map where I'm going. Galaxy map. This one is called Maya, and it's actually, if you can believe that, where's the map? Oh, here we go. Actually, very, very close to Earth, or well, to human-controlled space and all different factions and empires and stuff like that. It's actually right there, as you can see. So I've been to the Coalsack Nebula. I've been to the California Nebula. This one's like half the distance, I suppose, but maybe even less. Right around half the distance between the Coalsack Nebula and human-controlled space. So yeah, it's actually very close by, and it's located in the Pleiades. I can't see because there's a marker on top of that letter. Pleiades Nebula. Don't quote me on that. But there's a planet. There's a system there called Atlas. So who knows? Who knows? Alright, so yeah, but basically that's where we're going. And I was doing a, what do you call it, a Road to Riches, I think, the official, yeah, the Road to Riches thing, in this session, listening to some music, and I thought to myself, well, you know what, I have actually never seen a black hole in this game. I've seen every type of star, I've seen quite a few nebulas, I've seen a bunch of stuff, but I've never actually seen a black hole. And what's the closest one? Well, the Maya one is more or less one of the closest ones. And it depends on where you are, but yeah. It's pretty damn cool, pretty damn cool. So, what actually are black holes? Also, the road's going to take there. I don't know how long it's going to take. It shouldn't take too long, but again, you can skip down in the comments. There'll be a link. But, yeah. What are actually black holes? Because it's one of those things that I assume, at least most people that I hang around with, sort of have heard about, know roughly what it is, but don't quite know. Well, the simple fact of the matter is, a black hole can be quite literally anything. You actually can become a black hole, as in you, the person. Well, it's going to take some effort. You can't. But a black hole isn't anything like mystical or magical. It's well, we'll get to that. It's essentially anything that has been compacted and reduced down, or yeah, basically just compressed down to a small enough size to become black hole, right? So if you were to reduce, I think I read somewhere that if you were to reduce Earth and compress it down to a size of like a peanut or something like that, it would become, that peanut would become a black hole, right? It would become like a very small black hole, but you know, it would become a black hole. So essentially the idea is a black hole is it's a mass, I suppose. It's been compressed enough. Usually this happens. Well, not usually. This happens when stars die out and they start getting compressed, and they're infamously large, so it's not exactly difficult for them to become black holes. But when it's compressed down enough to a size where its mass effectively becomes infinite. When the mass of this one little spot, this one little dot, becomes so large that it's practically infinite, and not practically, it is sort of infinite, because the definition of mass is yeah, we'll get to that. I mean, effectively, there is no way to measure the mass of a black hole, ergo it is infinite, you know. But yeah, effectively, when it becomes infinite, it starts creating a, well, actually it starts doing that way earlier, but when it is infinite, it's a gravitational pull around it. The gravity it creates around it becomes so strong that literally nothing can ever escape it. And I believe in theory as well. In actual fact, we don't know of anything that's ever managed to escape a black hole, but I believe in theory as well. It is, both in practice and in theory, literally impossible to escape a black hole. I don't. I've half been researching and looking into this some time ago, but I believe that there is literally no way to escape a black hole that's in any way based in reality. I could be wrong on that though. I don't know, but functionally, and especially right now, there is nothing that can escape a black hole. Not even light. Ergo, black hole. It would have been just a hole, or it would have been a thing of infinite mass that creates gravity around it, if it weren't, you know, black. So yeah, light cannot escape it. However, light inside the black hole, and this is, you know, the story behind the name of it, light inside it behaves strangely. See, as a black hole moves through space, it picks up all sorts of particles and everything, and then all of these are then start going towards the center of the black hole. The center of the black hole, the dot that is the center, is called the singularity. Alright? Here's the thing, though. The singularity is, like I said, a dot. Nobody really knows what happens when you reach said dot. Well, you can't reach it. You know, particles can, but essentially, you know, the human body is, if we were to put one in a black hole, could not reach it in any way, shape, or form. However, nobody really knows what happens when you get to that singularity, because presumably, when you get there, you are no longer being pulled anywhere. Right, or the particle in question, right? There are theories that it's effectively like, it's like a wormhole, and then you get spat out somewhere else in another part of the universe, or another universe. How the hell at that point the name universe wouldn't really work, but, you know, in another universe, altogether, there are theories like that, and it's actually surprisingly valid. How if you dig into some of that, how I hesitate to use the word realistic, but how relatively plausible those theories actually are, because it sounds like completely insane. What, you get spat out in another universe? What? No, that's actually does make some sense. If you look more into that, and if you're curious about the subject, I encourage you not to listen to me, because I know very little on it. But wow, that's partially true. But you know, if you want to, there are books and studies upon studies that you can look into that give you far more comprehensive information, and far more comprehensive research and stuff. When it comes to black holes than I ever will, but essentially, particles, like I said, get pulled to pretty much everything, gets pulled towards the center. And not light, though. Because here's the thing. If all the light got pulled into the center, it would have... Actually, I don't know what that would do. Probably not much. But yeah, light doesn't actually get pulled towards the center. It sort of orbits and travels in the black hole. Right, so here's the thing. Light behaves weird. Well, no, nothing in space really behaves weird. It's also mathematically calculatable, and all that. But we have problems defining light, as in, is it a what's the word? Is it a particle? Is it not a particle? Is it a wave? Is it what is it exactly? And the answer is it sort of depends. But in black holes, as much as there are like scientists disagreeing with each other on what this is, there's a black hole by the way. Within an actual black hole, it's ever so slightly even weirder, because then what happens is you get light that's sort of orbiting the black hole itself, kind of. So yes, that does, by the way, mean that theoretically, if you were to look to the side when you're in a black hole, you would see the back of your neck, because it orbits, right? The way light reacts to black holes and stuff like that, there's actually phenomenal pictures of this you can look up on Google, and then how they look. Oh my god, this is a rather pretty nebula. But as with all nebula, the more you look at them, or nebulae, nebulae. I think it's nebulae. I know it's not nebulas. It's nebulae, I think. Yeah. Goddamn Latin and Greek and ruining English. At any rate, though, identify signal over here. Sure, let's identify it. Non-human signal source. Guys, I think I found Tyranids. Pretty sure I found them. Okay, so there are some creatures of the warp over there if we're going to get 40k involved into this. Why is high security? Interesting. Alright, whatever. So yeah, that's why it's called a black hole. Light can't escape it, but it's not really being dragged in the center either, from what we know. At any rate, here's one in Elite Dangerous. They're very fascinating little things. Think about it. So, hello, and behold. Now, Juggernaut, your black hole doesn't seem to be very, well, black, nor a hole. That's horribly racist. No. Hear me out. Hear me out. I'm gonna scan. We go over to the system map, and do any of these look like a black hole to you? Ah, this one. See, I couldn't see it because it's black. So it's kind of a horrible thing to say, but it's not actually. It's completely true. It just depends on, well, yeah, whatever. Anyway, let's go and touch it, because I think that'd be a genius thing to do. It's gonna take us 2 days to get to it. Don't worry, we'll speed up. It's gonna take less. Now, there is a lot of valuable stuff on this ship, mainly in terms of, oh god. The slowdown was because of the planet, wasn't it? Because there's no way I'm gonna get pulled. Actually, no, there isn't a way. I tell you what. In order to alleviate my fears, system map. I'm gonna plot the course to one of the planets orbiting it. There you go. We should be safe in or around or near that planet. At any rate, where was this going? So yeah, it's a really fascinating little thing, that, and what's also perhaps even more interesting about the entire thing is the way objects and stuff behave inside one. So if you were to throw in, like, I don't know, a carton of eggs, or let's say something simple. If you were to throw in a book inside a black hole, it will become a black book. I'm just kidding. No, it's a 40K reference. It would essentially, the part that's closer to the singularity would get pulled ever so slightly harder and more than the part that's further away from the singularity. And the book is a three-dimensional object, so at every point that parts of it will be closer, parts of it will be further from aforementioned singularity. So what happens is the parts that are getting pulled harder than the ones that aren't start, inching closer to the singularity, thus stretching the object in question. And this happens for hours, because contrary to popular belief, I don't know if it's actually contrary to, I don't know if it's actually popular belief, but contrary to the belief of some, a black hole doesn't actually pull you towards its center very quickly. In fact, it doesn't pull you very quickly at all. To all intents and purposes, if an astronaut in a spacesuit with oxygen and everything were to enter a black hole, it could potentially take hours before he, or at least from my understanding of everything, it could potentially take hours, depends on the black hole, but still, for him to actually die. And to get spaghettified to that extent. That's actually that is actually the scientific term, because the stretching is so extreme at the later stages that they actually call it spaghettification. The more you know, the more you know. But yeah, it's very, very fascinating little things. I say little things. They are, though, and fascinating, not little, but yeah, you get the point. At any rate, I've never seen one. This is going to be my first time seeing one, and are we seriously? It's... My screen just flashed white for us. The other monitor, not this one. Non-human signals. Jesus Christ, that is... I did not expect to find that here. I thought that would have been further away, but yeah, shows what I know. At any rate, yeah, it's a funny little thing. Good new signal. Is that one non-human too? Because honestly, I don't know. What is this? Bounty, weekly bonus, 100 credit fine. Okay. There's also a few stations here. I didn't know this thing was populated. 48 seconds-ish. Okay, let's go over to the, sure this will end well. Go over here and switch over to power play. Yeah, it actually doesn't show as a part of anything. I'm gonna go to one of those stations when I'm done with this one. I think the fastest way is to jump out of the system and go back in. But at any rate, 30 seconds until we get there. Stupidly quickly. It's a very pretty part of space, though. It's all sort of slightly bluer than one might expect, I suppose. Alright. Not much else to do at this point. Is there anything else I know about black holes that's semi-fascinating? Well, it's something fascinating if you're like an utter nerd, and I'm making fun of myself at this. Feel free to not feel offended or called out in this situation, because I'm effectively poking fun at myself. But Yeah. The pictures are really, really fun, by the way. I'll see if I remember to link a few. But yeah, they're very fun when it comes to, like, if you have a galaxy. If you have a black hole between two galaxies, basically, between our galaxy and another one, there just so happens to be a black hole, and because light cannot escape said black hole and enters it, the view that you get of, or from here, or yeah, I suppose that is one way of putting it. The view that you get from here when you look at that black hole, it essentially, I mean, it sort of looks like the black hole gobbles up the galaxy and then spits it out around itself and then out the other end. If you're looking at it sort of like a 2D thing, but it's just a light. It just looks like that. But yeah, funny. No, as we're getting closer, I suppose this is a good time to be talking about this. What happens when you actually, what happens with your view when you start going in? What do you see when you go into a black hole? Well, shockingly, nothing. Well, we don't know. Not precisely. We have a pretty good idea. But as I said, putting a camera inside a black hole and then taking it out is quite literally impossible. So, here's the thing, though. Theoretically, what you should see in front of you is nothing but black. Right? The absence of light being reflected onto your pupils. However, as you go closer towards the black hole, it will take more and more of your field of view, right? So it will start off as, you see that unexplored yellow thing? It'll get bigger and bigger and bigger until it covers the entire screen, if it were a black hole. Now, if you were to look behind yourself, you will see that the actual galaxy, the space, actually, everything around you, or everything that was around you minutes ago, is now shrinking as you're heading towards the black hole, right? Make sense? So it would shrink to the point of the entire universe being like the size of what you see in front of you, which is like the unexplored yellow circle, right? Until it would completely fade. Or until it would completely disappear. Yeah, that is terrifying, and yet oh so cool, which I suppose you could say that for space, period, but, yeah. Alright, we got 1.62 hours of fuel, right? At this speed, which is 765. More inhuman signals? Adder. Mark Holt. Well, good on you, son. Another one there. Don't actually want to go into the black hole, as I believe I've explained already why that would be a bad idea. But I don't want to actually head towards it directly. I want to head to one of the planets that are orbiting it, I believe. I am reading this right. These planets are orbiting the black hole, correct? I probably should explain. Nothing can escape the black hole. Nothing can escape that's, orbiting around it, though. Okay, that's in the realm of sci-fi and crazy theories out there, but inside the literal black circle, it's a ball, I suppose, but nothing can escape. Actually, technically it's a dot that just creates, yeah, I know. Technically it's a dot. Or point, actually. It's one point that creates a gravitational field around it. It's the strongest thing ever, but yeah. I'll cut the next 2 minutes out, because I've run out of ideas to talk about. Well, it's a 24-minute video, Jesus Christ, okay. Yeah, I'll cut the next few minutes out when we actually get to the aforementioned hole. Don't take that out of context. Alright, and here we are, more or less. I do need to really quickly go to System and select that. There we go. Now, it is a bit of a ways away, don't get me wrong. And I will get closer to it, but, yeah, give me a second. Not exactly in a particular rush to, charge headfirst into a black hole. Actually, I wonder how close I can get. And does, there's a decent question. Does, the onboard systems for preventing collision with stars and stuff like that, do they actually work in situations like these? Because I would sort of assume that they do, but that would be somewhat generous. You never quite know. Well, why does it say I have a message when I've read through all of them? Okay, let's do it like this. There we go. Alright, in 2 minutes. We are now stupidly close to it. Well, I think this is stupidly close. Well, look, it sort of is, okay? It sort of is. Let's see. Alright, 60 seconds. Anyone seen the, Saving Private Ryan D-Day scene? Yeah. That, just with a spaceship heading towards a black hole, which is infinitely more dangerous than encamped Osttruppen in, MG nests. That wasn't just Osttruppen. But it was mainly, I believe. Or for the majority part, at least. Alright, are those ships? Heading around / near it? I don't know. Alright, but yeah, there's your black hole. I expected it to be more black. Well, here's the thing. It's kind of, sort of supposed to be. Ish. Well, yeah, it is supposed to be more black than this. But it's still gorgeous. You see the way space bends around it? It doesn't. It does. Not just in the way that you think. You see how everything looks sort of distorted and bent around it? Oh yeah. It's just the light. It's not actually space. It is actually bending space as well. But the fact that what you can see now is actually just the light being bent. Now there is thankfully a ship in front of me. What happened to it? Shall I do what he did? Because if he died, well, sucks. And if he didn't, well, great. Should I hypothetically... You know what, let's fucking do it, I don't care. Well, it's a Voyager, it's what, like 14 million? Ah. I don't have the money to buy it back, do I? Fuck. Okay. Well, here we go. Speed's alright. We just need to match the distance. Be more like there somewhere. Hold on, what is that? If it's a non-human signal, I will be extremely upset. I can exit there, can't I? I can totally exit there. Please tell me I can exit there. Yeah, it looks like the sort of thing you can exit at. Let's see. There are literal tyrannies in front of it. Look at that. Alright, here we go. Oh god, that is terrifying. It's a tourist beacon, thank Christ. Okay. Approach it. Get to within, like, I don't know, 200, 300 kilometers of it. 300 meters of it, 200 meters of it, something like that. Don't get much closer than that, though. Okay. And stop. Look at it! Look at it! Look at it! Stop. Inch closer. Inch closer. That's a little bit too close. Okay. This is good. Now, is that a ship above me? Probably like a tourist ship, right? All yeah. Red Planet Taxi Service. Okay. Wow, that is... Wow. Hey, look at it. It's all weird and distorted and ugh. Let's select. Okay, so select. There it is. Look at that. 44 kilometers away. That is so. You know, there's a really dumb part of me that wants to get inside it. Okay, the thing is at the singularity, right? That's what it's not at like the minimum safe distance from it. Let's do this. Let's do this. I don't know. Pretty sure it's pointing at the singularity. Okay, I imagine that's an FSD wake above me. Yeah. Okay, and over there. Scan detected. Oh, come on, man. You want to ruin a moment like this? I have no idea where I'm going. And that's a pretty big issue. As you might imagine. Am I not inside it? Nope, I'm definitely not inside it. Okay. Though for a brief moment there, you had me going. Really? Wanna attack people? From a ginormous black hole. That's what you want to do. Okay, there you go. That was a black hole, ladies and gents. Gorgeous and terrifying at the same time. Perfect example of something being both. Really, really nice. At any rate, let's go jump out of this system and actually jump back in it. Big one like this one. And I'll land at one of the stations and see if we can, see if I can find something unique there. Alright, here we go, inside a orbital station. I'm going the wrong way, of course I am. Alright, here we go. Easy does it. What was it, landing pad 44? Ah, there it is. I get to demonstrate my horrible landing skills to everyone, watching. Did I actually overshoot it? Of course it did.
Landing gear deployed.
Look. It's not that bad. Here we go, and get down. There we go. Not that terrible, right? Temple services. Obsidian orbital. Interesting. So a little bit of refueling to be done. Do you have any sorts of missions here? What are they like? Boomtime delivery, mining, so it's mostly mining, I would assume, yeah. Oh, and the conflict zones in the thing too. Alright. Alright, pretty good. Pretty good. No. Just advanced maintenance. No. What's the word? Shipyard. Whatsoever. Okay. Pretty cool. Can I sell you some of the, yeah, 1.5 mil. There you go.
Incoming message.
Cool. And is this for the black hole? Well, one would assume that it is. 100,000 for seeing that. I mean, I would, you know, maybe this is just me, and fair enough, black holes are not the most useful and profitable thing in the world, but maybe give it like at least 200 or 300,000. I understand high metal worlds you can turn a profit on immediately, more or less, but still, you know. Alright, at any rate, though, that was pretty much it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it, I hope you learned something new, and I hope you found it at least somewhat a little bit interesting and fascinating. If not, then this is probably not your kind of game. Or, you know, I'll take the blame myself, not your kind of content, maybe, who knows. But, yeah, at any rate, leave a like down below if you enjoyed it, leave a dislike if you hated it, and see you guys next time.